Hey everybody, I'm Mr. Beavers. We are starting something new here at Lakeside. We're going to start something on our YouTube page. We are already state of the art. We're so far ahead of so many other schools and districts in the state, heck, in the nation. We're starting a little podcast, and things are going to grow. It's going to, all these kind of things. What we're going to do is we're going to focus our podcast on our teachers at first. Our teachers at first, as far as like what they're doing and why we have the best staff in the parish. And our first teacher we're going to focus on is Miss Catie Mills, our 7th grade ELA teacher. The reason why is because I realized a lot of you aren't seeing a lot of the stuff that Miss Mills is doing. And Miss Mills has the most difficult job in the entire as far as ELA goes. She has a very difficult job, important job, because what she do, I teach the 12th graders, and by the time they get to me, we're trying to just get out there. But she is the one who has to set everybody up. It's very, very important what she does. And all this kind of stuff, she lays the foundation for everything that comes in the future and for the rest of their life. She has an extraordinarily important job, and according to her students and the parents of the students, she does very, very well. So our first video is going to focus on Miss Catie Mills, our 7th grade ELA teacher. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for always supporting Lakeside. All right, everybody, we got Miss Mills here. She is the focus of this video. She is our first subject of our podcast, our new Warrior Way thing that we're doing here. Me and Mr. Finley came up with. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to say, Miss Mills, yes, we have said your name, but who are you just in general? All right.
I am the 7th grade ELA teacher here at Lakeside.
Okay, excellent. And you corrected me and told me this is your 2nd year at Lakeside, right?
Correct.
All right, I'm getting very, very old. I didn't realize that. So you teach 7th grade, and we talked to Mr. Shirley and his mama, and they spoke very, very highly of you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, very, very, very highly of you. So tell me a little bit about how your teaching has changed with COVID.
Well, last year, I'm used to being up, walking around my classroom, very interactive and hands-on, helping the students. Because normally they have paper copies of things that they follow, and everything has pretty much changed to digital copies and PDFs of everything. And so that's the biggest change that I think I've made, having to keep my distance and, stay behind my desk, but still get them involved.
Right.
Just trying to come up with different creative ways in order to keep their attention.
Well, I came over to your class earlier today, and you were doing an excellent job. I was talking to your student, and all the things you were saying about sentence structure and essays and all that kind of stuff. Just everything that I was showing you. Everything that you were showing me,
Yes.
Was excellent. And I told him that, these skills that you are instilling now are going to be stuff that he uses when he gets to me in 12th grade, and then more importantly, when he gets to college. And
Absolutely.
Really, you are in 7th grade. You were the most important thing. You were the most important teacher to me, the most important teacher in the school.
Well, it's a lot of pressure, but I think that's good, to be held to a higher standard, for you, absolutely. And that way I know that I can ask you questions like, what are your expectations and stuff? And just having you come in, be able to give me some advice on how to become a better teacher, on that. But I also think that it makes me want to just go above and beyond to instill those skills instead of just it's a virtual year, lay back a little bit more. It makes you have to step it up another notch.
That's awesome. I'm glad you said that, because it just seems to me that so many teachers across, this isn't a Webster Parish thing. This is a whole nation thing. It almost seems like, 2020, 2021, it doesn't matter. And so to know that you are really taking everything seriously and those kids aren't going to suffer at all, that makes me really happy.
Well, thank you.
So Cole, that was his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He had a lot of good things to say about you. Is there anything that you want to say about him?
Oh my gosh, he is fabulous. I really do love him. His class participation is always on point. He's a respectful kid. He always turns in his work on time. And even if he may not know the correct answer all the time, he's always the one to raise his hand and to speak out and, just put himself out there to help lead his class.
Right.
So he's great.
That's excellent. Like I said, his mama and he loved you. And so you are very, very important. Mr. Finley, when we talked about doing this, we talked about who to do first. And Miss Mills was the first person we thought about.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. That shows you how you should. And so with the excellent staff we have here at Lakeside, we got master's degrees. We're close to doctorates. We got tons and tons of awesome people here at Lakeside. And the junior high side, I'm a little biased because I'm on high school, but I gotta tell you, those junior high teachers are awesome. They really, really are.
They really are.
How do you feel about just being a teacher at Lakeside?
It's been a totally different experience. I have experience at a different school as well, and I loved it. But just the atmosphere and the help that you get from administration and other staff members is phenomenal. The morale here is always positive. And I was actually just talking to my husband about that the other day, how, you become who you work around. And I feel like I never have anything real negative to say at school. Maybe that I'm tired every now and then, but as far as like how the day's going or where we're working or who we work with, like there's absolutely nothing negative that I can say about that. Right.
That's excellent. I'm glad you said that. Mr. Rowland, our superintendent, when he was a principal down here at Lakeside, he put something in our box one day, and he said, talking about Nick Saban, the coach at Alabama, a quote about energy vampires. In other words, negativity breeds negativity, and negative people want to suck. Misery loves company. And so
absolutely.
I'm glad that you mentioned that about how awesome the negativity is diminished, and we squash that at Lakeside. All right, Miss Mills, thank you for being our first subject, our first podcast here. Is there anything?
Thanks for having me.
Is there anything you wanted to say along the lines of what day it is?
It's always a great day to be a warrior.
All right, thank you, Miss Mills. Okay. All right, everybody. This is our first Warrior Way podcast. We are talking about our teachers at Lakeside. And I'm making sure I got everything ready. All right. We're talking about our teachers at Lakeside, and I'm here with a parent, a Lakeside parent, a junior high parent. And basically, I wanted to just start off by saying thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your lunch break to talk to me. I appreciate it greatly. But why don't you tell everybody who you are and who your child is that goes to Lakeside?
Okay. My name is Kristen Shirley, and my son is Cole Shirley.
All right. What grade is Cole in?
He is in the 7th grade.
Excellent. So I'm glad Cole is here. We already talked about some stuff I had this morning where I had to ask you to back up so I can get into a parking space. And we're small at Lakeside, so we got to do all these things to take care of one another. So we want to talk about Miss Mills. Miss Mills is a teacher that we don't focus on that much at Lakeside. It's my fault. She kind of just hums along, and she does whatever she needs to do over on I guess she's a 7th grade teacher. Isn't that right? Your boy's a 7th grader?
That's right.
And so, I lost you. All right, there you are. He's a 7th grader. She's our 7th grade ELA teacher. This is our first year here. So is there anything you'd like to say about Miss Mills? Before we started filming, you said some stuff about how attentive she was. Is there anything you wanted to tell the people about that?
Yeah, sure. I definitely think you guys should cover her more because she is pretty awesome. Anytime that I have questions or if I need anything, I know I can message her and she's going to get back to me really quickly. So she's very on the ball.
All right, excellent. And as far as I went over earlier today and I filmed some of her class, and her kids were really attentive. I teach the older kids. I teach seniors. And sometimes they're like they're more difficult to manage than you would think little kids were. But she did a real good job as far as they were talking about like sentence structure and communicating efficiently and all that kind of stuff. So do you feel like when your child Cole, right?
Yeah.
When he goes to Miss Mills' class, he's getting an excellent education?
I absolutely feel that, and he feels that, and he's very verbal. He's pretty vocal about how he he feels about things, and he's told me before that Miss Mills really knows her stuff.
Excellent. Well, your son's going to be here for another 5 years at least. I guess that's right. 7th grade to 12th grade. He'll get me when he's a senior. So are you happy with the education he's getting at Lakeside?
Oh, 100%. We love Lakeside. COVID has knocked down quite a few things, but Lakeside's just kept right on going. And, even during the closures, I felt like all of the teachers and all of the staff were very helpful to Cole whenever he had to go virtually. And that was really, really important that we had that support.
Excellent. Yeah, I know I teach virtual classes, and the weird thing is that I had a group of kids, my seniors, who were on campus. A whole bunch of them got taken out recently, and so I was basically just teaching like to one kid here, and then I was teaching all the rest of them virtually, even though they weren't supposed to be virtually. So I'm glad to know that parents appreciate that. The teachers, I know Miss Mills is working really hard to, whether you're here or at home, you're getting the best quality education. Is there anything else you wanted to say as far as just being a Lakeside parent or anything?
No, just we love you guys, and y'all keep up the hard work, and it's all greatly appreciated. And just know that we're supporting y'all even during all the COVID craziness. I cannot imagine being a teacher right now. So just thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you. This is a new podcast that we're starting in Lakeside, and you are our first guest. So thank you for joining us.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right. Hey, it's a cloudy, rainy Tuesday afternoon, and who am I talking with here? What's your name?
I'm Cole Shirley. I'm in grade 7.
All right, Cole. I appreciate it. Thank you for talking to me here today. We just talked to your mother, and what we're doing is for everybody watching this at home, we're making a series of videos talking about how awesome Lakeside is, but we're also talking about how awesome our teachers are. And so you are a 7th grader, and you also take Miss Mills, right? She's our 7th grade teacher. Is there anything you wanted to say about Miss Mills as far as what kind of teacher she is?
Well, I really like the way that Miss Mills teaches. Like, she's really nice, and she knows how to get the class quiet, but she also maintains she's super nice. And I also like the way that she teaches because she makes it where I can actually understand what's going on in the novel and stuff.
Right.
And she understands essays. She tells us what we need to do and helps us if we don't understand.
Yeah, I was in there earlier today filming some of her class, and I saw what she was talking about as far as how do you write your sentences and how you do the essays, and that's going to be really important. I understand now. You may not understand it, but by the time you get to me, and then if you plan to go to college, everything she's teaching you now is going to be stuff that you build upon. So what she's teaching you is very, very important. What are you reading right now?
Oh, we're reading The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens.
Oh, do you like that? Do you like that book?
Yes, sir. It's a little bit complex, but it's got a good, storyline.
That's right. The Ghost of Christmas Past and all that. That's good. Well, I'm not going to hold you too much because I know you're supposed to be in class learning. Is there anything you wanted to say about, going to schools at Lakeside, how you feel to be a Warrior?
Oh, it's awesome. I really like the way that the school treats all the students. All the teachers that I've met are nice, and I think that they also have awesome sports because they have a bunch of sports that I really in my old school didn't have, and it's awesome.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. I didn't even realize you went to another school, but I'm glad you're here, and I hope you always stay at Lakeside. We want to get everybody in we can, new students. We want to show people how awesome Lakeside is, and I appreciate you talking to me. Hey, what is one thing that I always ask everybody at the end of a lesson, end of a video? I say it's a great day to be a what?
Warrior.
That's awesome. All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for talking to me.